put a little bit of fear into therapists with this, which I think probably your listeners will find interesting. I don't know if anybody was paying attention to the therapy world. I think the person that we were talking about that's looking into some novel ideas is paying attention. But on last Friday, so a week ago, CMS put out their first round of payment updates since the new administration, right? And they put them all out in one day. The IPPS, the inpatient payment system proposed rule, the skilled nursing facility proposed rule, the inpatient rehab proposed rule, the hospice proposed rule, the inpatient psych proposed rule. So take a look at those and get an idea of what's coming. Okay. Here's what's coming. We're not giving more money. Like money, forget it. Just the CMS is their priority is not worrying about giving providers more money. They gave a low payment update to everyone. IPPS was about 2.4%. That's not going to be more generous. They need to get more money out of this. Like they don't need to give more money. They need to save more money. So don't expect good payment updates. It's not going to happen. You're going to make more money if you decide how to create more value in the system. We also saw an update. Again, a fraction of therapists, I think, are paying attention to this, a very small fraction. And I would urge them to please pay attention to the team model, okay? The team model, the transforming episode accountability model, is an episodic model that allows hospitals to contract with outpatient therapy practices. It's called out in the actual proposed rule, the final rule, and nothing has changed about that. This model, right, CMS says, okay, hospitals, we're going to take these 5 sets of surgical episodes that we know from R&D over the last 10 years annually is saving us money when we say, you're going to be responsible for all the spend that happens outside the hospital. We're going to hold you accountable. When that's over what we expect the spend to be for 30 days after the hospital, you are going to pay us back. We are going to put you in a place where you care more about what happens to people when they walk out your door, right? Well, I don't know providers better suited to advise hospitals to get into like high value relationships and contract with hospitals than therapists. We don't want those hospitals do not want patients going to skilled nursing. It drains the bank right away, right? I'm going to give a ballpark example because I want to give something concrete to latch onto here. If a total knee replacement, right, is they're estimating that an episode for the surgery and 30 days after, they're estimating it should be $21,000, making up a number. And you send them to skilled nursing, they keep them for 30 days. And now that spend is $30,000. Okay. That hospital has to write a check to CMS for $9,000 because it was $9,000 more than what they say should be the expected spend for that patient based upon how they calculate individual target prices for an episode. That is opportunity. If I'm a therapist, right, what do I know? I know what level of mobility and support patients need. I should be able to give an excellent, better than anyone, rehab prognosis. I should be able to identify what's the lowest level of support they could have and do well with. And many, many, many more patients, if they're evaluated well, will be coming right home to start with at-home PT in the home, right? Outpatient PT in the home. Some home health, a lot outpatient PT. Well, we make an assumption that hospitals know how to send the right patients to the right places. They've never been incentivized to care at all. It's not how they're paid. Their incentives are to get patients out fast. That has nothing to do with identifying the best site of care. We should be helping hospitals develop mobility programs so everyone, the family, the patient feel confident, get them home. We should be demonstrating how quickly and easily we can give them access to care in the home, how we'll be there that day that they arrive. The therapist will be in their home within an hour, right? If we could do those 2 things alone. Oh, and third, make sure that they get back, because one of the measures that they're going to hold the hospitals responsible for is making sure they get back to their physician within 30 days. Help them get that scheduled and figure out who's going to get them there. Yes. Is that in like our top wheelhouse? Well, maybe no, but who else is better at making sure they can do that car transfer and making sure the family knows how to get them up and out of a chair? Value is there ready for us to take it. But I haven't heard any therapists even speaking about this. It's right in the rule that contract with outpatient therapy departments. Have you heard one person besides me mentioning this?
Nope.
There's money to be had there because there's a lot of upside. On the converse, if the episode $21,000 target price and they only spend $15,000, the hospital keeps the remainder. CMS pays them back because they did better than what they expected. Hospitals can get into contractual relationships with partners to help them reach those goals. Don't we want to be part of that? That's the simplest way to start getting in value-based care. Show your value and then earn some of the money.
If you'd like to learn more about Strata PT and see how our EMR and RCM works, head over to stratapt.com to book a demo.